Hey guys, today I wanted to talk more about infusion and try to answer all of the frequently asked questions I've been getting about it. I'm first going to outline exactly what infusion is and then answer some of the more specific questions I've seen. Infusion is the process of taking a more powerful item and infusing it into a less powerful item, so that the less powerful item has a higher attack or defense level at the end of the process. Once you do this, it will consume the more powerful item, so this process is irreversible. You can infuse legendary weapons and armor as well as exotic weapons and armor. This process has nothing to do with perks or anything else. It only increases the attack and defense of a weapon or armor piece. So you will not lose your progression on the item you're buffing, but obviously the item you're using to infuse will be dismantled. Also, infusion is only a Year 2 feature. It's exclusive to Year 2 gear. Your favorite legendary or exotic item from pre-Taken King will not be able to benefit from infusion. So that means Galahorn, Fatebringer, Vaulted Glass Armor, or anything else that doesn't have the little Taken King symbol in the top right-hand corner cannot benefit from this. We saw that you can infuse legendary ghost shells and I believe legendary class armor as well. Here's a few examples of things you can and can't infuse together. You can infuse a 290 attack legendary scout rifle into a 280 attack legendary auto rifle, a 300 attack legendary shotgun into a 288 attack legendary fusion rifle, a 320 attack exotic rocket launcher into a 280 attack exotic machine gun, a 300 defense exotic helm into a 280 defense exotic helm. You cannot infuse a 280 attack legendary shotgun into a 300 attack legendary shotgun, a 290 attack exotic auto rifle into a 320 attack exotic pulse rifle, or a 280 defense legendary chest into a 170 defense legendary House of Wolves chest. As you can see on screen, these are the requirements for infusion. This information is very important and answers most of the questions that people have asked me. So, based on these requirements, we know that you can only infuse Year 2 weapons and armor. We also know that if you want to infuse something, you'll need to have another item of the same type and quality, that's of a higher attack or defense. So for example, let's say you've got a legendary primary weapon that has 280 attack. You can infuse this weapon with another legendary primary that has a higher attack, as you can see in this clip. So now you've got a 288 attack after the infusion is complete. It works the same way for armor. You just need to make sure that the armor is of the same quality and type. So you can't infuse a helmet into a chest or a fusion rifle into a machine gun. So you may be asking yourself, can't I just keep doing this? Can't I just keep infusing it forever? Well, no. You can only infuse an item if you have another item of a higher attack or defense level. So eventually you're going to find yourself without a higher attack or defense item. For the sake of argument, let's assume that the Taken King max attack and defense is 350. We don't actually know that yet, but let's just say it's 350 to keep things simple for now. Keeping on the same example of 288 attack legendary primary weapons, let's say I keep infusing that with other legendary primary weapons that are 350 attack. After a few infusions, the original weapon is going to reach a point where it's going to reach max attack, or at least the max that the infusion process will allow. So that's the basic on how infusion works, but now let's get into the nitty-gritty a little bit. As we saw on stream, there's going to be varying attack and defense tiers, depending on where you get the item. It looks like all of the tower gear will be 280 attack and defense. We can assume that the trials and prison gear will be about 300. And let's say the items we find in the Dreadnought are about 320. And the Kingsfall raid gear and exotics should be even higher than that, maybe 350 or whatever the actual max will be. So what does this mean? It means that if you have a tower item that you really like using, but its attack or defense rating is only 280, you're going to be able to increase it up to the max or near max as long as you can gather enough high tier gear to infuse it. But remember, you can't infuse an item forever, because you're eventually going to reach a point where the attack level of your original weapon is just as high as the attack level of the weapon you're trying to infuse it into. And you can only infuse a weapon into a lower attack weapon, so you can't take a 300 attack weapon and put a 280 attack weapon into it. You can only put a higher attack weapon into a lower attack weapon. So if you plan on using vendor items from the tower, which all start at 280 attack and defense, you're definitely going to want to infuse them so that they can be as powerful as possible. In other words, there is no way to reach the max attack and defense without the infusion process. Now, let's talk exotics. Exotics can also benefit from infusion, and as we saw on stream, even the updated versions of the Year 1 exotics only start at 280 attack and defense. For the updated Year 1 exotics to reach the max, you're going to need to infuse them. So, that's about all we know about infusion at this current moment. Bungie didn't tell us what the max attack and defense is, or whether the brand new exotics will have a higher level than the updated Year 1 exotics, but we'll know soon enough, I guess. And finally, on the topic of Etheric Light, it looks like this is going to be abandoned. None of the Taken King items will require it, since the Ascension is only available to Year 1 items. There's no attack or defense nodes on Taken King items, so the only way you can increase the attack and defense is by infusion. So hopefully this has helped you guys. If you've still got questions, let me know, but if I didn't cover it in the video, it means that the answer just probably hasn't been confirmed yet. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.